get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see,
I've been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so...
It's a dirty show, though.
Well, it's clean dirt.
Forgive me, but the best restaurants of the world are here in Vegas. I mean, you have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrity here. The Harley Madison come over here, and the Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here, and Britney Spears came over here like 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas. Welcome to That's So Vegas. I'm your host, Christine McKellar, here at the fabulous, I always say fabulous, WCOBM studio. We're live right off of the fabulous Las Vegas Boulevard South. And I am very excited to have a very funny, caustic comedian on my show today. Everybody knows Vinnie Favorito.
Yes.
And every time I meet somebody named Vinnie or hear the name, I always think of Vinnie Vici.
Which is stupid.
It was Caesar, Julius Caesar.
I get it.
I came, I saw, I conquered. And he even sent that letter to the Roman Senate.
Very current.
Yeah,
We're on Facebook and we're talking about Caesar. Brilliant.
but it's very Italian.
It is.
And
It's
so are
very Italian.
you.
Yes.
Just
yes.
love that whole thing. And you're from Boston.
I am from Boston, inner city Boston, and grew up there, went and did everything in Boston, did first 10 years of my comedy in Boston, and moved to LA in 98, lived there 5 years. In 03, I came to Vegas and been there ever since.
I remember when you came to Vegas. It was hysterical. I literally laughed till I got stitches in my stomach about your sense of humor. And I do have to say, it was for anybody over 18.
Of
because,
course.
I mean, you're not vulgar. I mean, you know how to use it. So you play it
and
out
with
well.
likability. I do it with likability.
Yes, you do.
Right.
And from what I understand, you're not scripted. It all just pops in your head. And
Well, that's how my show's evolved. Like, you'll hear things in my show, but every night is different. But some things you'll hear over because it was once an ad lib, but it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll find another guy with a big head, or a black guy with a weak name, or any Mexicans, there's none, and then all of a sudden there's 20. I mean, This is just, it evolves. But every night, once I start talking, and I'll use those to get into my new crowd, and once I'm talking to those people, everything's new again, because I don't know what they're going to say, and they don't, they don't know how I'm going to answer. Yeah. But it's always exciting, even for me. Sometimes I'll catch myself, I'll go, wow, that was funny. Write that down. That was a good one,
I like that you can make yourself laugh, because you sure made me laugh. I mean, literally.
That's nice.
Which brings to mind, and a question I have is when you were younger, now are you an only child, or you're Italian?
No.
So you must
There were
siblings?
14 of us. And
Seriously?
14 of us. My mother was a...
Catholic.
Can you say slut? I don't know. No.
But just say Catholic.
No, there was actually 3 of us. And me and my sister left. My brother passed away. But great family, very funny family. Mm-hmm. My dad was a very sarcastic guy, very tough guy, but sarcastic, great sense of humor. My mom laughed at everything. I mean, she always wanted me to do this. She's the reason why I got in the business, actually, and it was cheaper than going to college, I suppose.
Yeah.
And, just really close family. Plus, we're from neighborhoods, you know what I mean?
Right.
Out here, they don't know what a neighborhood is in the West.
That's
They
true.
really don't. I don't know my neighbors barely at all. But back home, you know your neighbors.
Same in Jersey and New York.
Exactly.
When you talk, especially with
Back
the Italians.
east is different. Yeah.
We don't want to start on the Irish and everything.
Unless we need sheetrock, then we would talk to the Irish.
There you are. I'm a quarter Irish.
Well, there you go.
I was trying to think, how would I describe myself with you? So let's see, I'm part Mick, part limey, part kraut. And I
Wow,
have
what
to,
are all these names? These politically incorrect names?
I know.
Where does that
But
come
the other
from?
part, the other quarter is Swiss.
Okay.
And nobody ever has a derogatory term for the Swiss. Think about it.
Because they've done nothing.
I know.
They've done nothing, so people don't even make things up about them. What are the Swiss famous for? Cheese?
Cheese, I know, the Red
And
Cross,
maybe
Roger
a watch.
Federer.
A watch.
A watch,
I have no idea.
tennis, that's something
Yeah.
like that.
And a good place to keep money. That's it.
Well, yeah, there is that. Maybe that's why nobody dares even
See?
and joke,
Don't
diss
piss,
them.
Don't piss off
them.
the Swiss.
Well, and part of your so again, now was your dad with the union? Is that why he was a tough guy?
Back then they called it the mob, but now we
Okay.
call it a union.
I got it.
No,
Okay.
no. My dad was he was a hardworking man, and he was in the Navy. I was in the Navy, and then he worked for the government as an informant. And no, I'm kidding. He worked for the government, and he was just a great guy, great dad, very strict. You know, I mean, when we screwed up back then, you know, we got what my kids need today. But
Yeah,
we
no
can't do it.
timeouts,
Yeah,
right?
no timeouts.
Maybe a permanent
No.
timeout.
Yeah,
if
the
you
only
really
timeout
screwed
was
up.
the minute you had to go up to his closet and pick the belt you were going to hit
Oh,
with.
that's even
That's
worse.
the truth when they
I
send
know.
you up.
Yeah, or some parents used to keep certain paddles in the kitchen. You pick the
I'm
paddle.
glad I was brought up that way. No, really, I am. I mean, these
Right.
kids today. Look, I'm not going to get into preaching about that, but
Mm-hmm.
my kids
Oh.
are. They get we still get on them. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and how people can come in someone else's home and tell them how to raise their children. It just doesn't fly with me.
I
you know
got
what
it.
mean?
Like the government trying to tell
No,
you
just
something,
anybody,
or anybody
threatening
right.
you, like you can't
Oh.
this with your child. You know what? Take care of your family that are out there shooting up McDonald's and stuff, and I'll take care of my kids. How
Right
about
on.
that?
I kind of like that.
That's it.
So you're pure Italian. Both mom and dad were Italian.
Yeah, but I got there's a mix in there. There's something else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't know where.
No,
but We're not gonna
I'm
really
part
look that
black.
closely.
Actually, I'm
Uh-huh.
part black, and that's why I unleash the way I do on them when they come to my show. No, I'm not.
Whatever you got the best of all of it.
Thank
so
you.
know
Thank
that's
you.
a common. So as a child, did your mother? Were you caustic? I love that word, caustic comedian. Don't you?
Not really.
Oh,
No, it's a good word. No, as a child, was I what?
yeah. Like, was your humor dry, or what did you do? Practical jokes?
Yeah,
Or?
I'm the king to this day. I still do them. Like
Uh-huh.
and the people that grow up. And no, I don't want to grow up. I like doing the practical jokes. I think it's the best. I think that's anything that catches someone off guard, like my show. It just catches people off guard. That's funny to me. I don't care what it is. It's just funny. To this day, if my wife stubs her toe, as long as she's okay, then I laugh. I mean, I can't help it. It's just funny stuff, And
I was going to ask you if your stage humor carried over into your personal life.
oh, always.
Right.
People say, "Oh, you're always on." No, this is how I actually am.
That's truly your nature.
It really is. I've always been that way, and I grew up during busing. And if you missed your bus, you had to go through some really bad neighborhoods. And I talked my way through. I mean, I was very my voice saved me a lot.
And
I
your
mean,
wit.
it really do. Yeah,
your wit.
And I didn't grow 4 inches till my last year in high school.
Oh.
So I was a small kid,
Yeah.
Thank God, though, like I talked about earlier, you have neighborhoods and cousins, and they looked out for
A lot
you.
of family,
Yeah.
the familia,
Exactly.
so to speak.
Exactly.
How old are your children?
I have a son that's 7, going to be 8 in October. My daughter's 3. She'll be 4 in
Baby
in December.
I bet you melt
I'm
around
an
her,
older
though.
father. Oh, she's got me wrapped.
I bet.
She's got me wrapped.
I know. It's
She's-
usually the gruffer, the
yeah.
daddy, that
she's
little
tough
princess.
though. 3 years old. She's tough.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I mean, she's really hard to deal with sometimes,
Uh-huh.
and the screaming can get to you. But she's and my son thinks she's the devil. She'll tell people that's my sister. She's evil. I mean, and I sit there going, he's right. He's right. She's evil. The kid is evil.
So your sense of humor kind of, maybe it's genetic. You
Yeah.
think the kids have picked up on a little bit on
I
that?
think so. My son Nico, I mean, he wants to do it. He wants to be a comic. He really does. He
that's
writes
great.
jokes. He's 7 years old, and he writes jokes, and he comes to us, and some of them suck, and we'll tell him that's
good.
horrible.
I like
and he's
that.
a great singing voice. This kid's got talent, and my daughter could be a model right now.
I
She
bet
really
she's
could.
gorgeous. I haven't met your wife,
Yeah.
but like I said, you obviously have good genes, great bone structure.
Oh,
and
thank
that's
you.
about and
Thank
your
you.
sense of humor. We're gonna. Can you believe we have to go to a break already? It's
It
only
flies.
5 minutes of commercials. Before we go, I have to take a couple seconds and give a shout out to my sponsor, without whom I would not be sitting in the studio with you. Thank you, Red Roof Inn on Paradise across from the Hard Rock Hotel. A little word for you people. They have free Wi-Fi, free continental breakfast for guests. They're pet friendly, and I can do this in my sleep. They're convenient to the airport and the Strip. Like I said, it's only 5 minutes of commercials. Don't go away. You do want to come back and hear what we're going to talk about. See you in a minute.